Hello YouTube, welcome to the next episode of the ultimate review around the world in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And in today's episode, we are picking up at another airport in Norway. This one is Echo November Kilo Bravo. This is called Kristiansund Airport, Kvernberget. How do you pronounce this? Kristiansund Airport, Kvernberget. I don't quite know, so pardon the pronunciation. I probably butchered that one. But this, while it loads, is another airport that has existed for quite some time. It was also used during the war by the Germans and then taken over and eventually became a commercial airport. This airport is it serves the town of Kristiansund in Norway, um, and it does have some service, basically Widerøe to Bergen and Scandinavian to Oslo. And both of these airlines actually do operate quite a few flights. It's not like it's one flight a day. They do actually operate a few, 4 or 5 flights a day each. So seems to be a fairly decent airport in terms of its importance. And let's just get the. Okay, so once again, as is normal, I don't think I'm going to spend too much time of yours on this one. This is the default airport. It is meh, as is usual. Most of the default ones are meh, but nothing to write home about. Kind of sort of usable during the day, but not really. Um, Probably, definitely not very usable at night. However, it does have taxiway edge lighting in a lot of cases, and in some cases, it actually does have taxiway center lighting. So you can make your way over to the apron, but the apron will be dark. Let's prove or disprove that theory anyway. I obviously cannot see any light, so I am quite confident that the apron is going to be pitch black, and the apron is pitch black. So you can get up to the apron, but you will need headlights to find out where you should park. Again, overall a 1, but the good news is this airport has a freeware on flightsim.to. Uh, and let me go ahead and load that up. So we will take a look at the freeware airport. So we'll be right back. Thank you. And we're back, this time with the freeware version of Echo November Kilo Bravo Kristiansund Airport Kvernberget. And let us see what this freeware version actually looks like. And let's see what the improvements have been. So I can see some improvements already, but does not look like the buildings themselves have been improved. So this may just be improvement of the tarmac, the taxiways, etc., and not the 3D buildings themselves. So um, yeah, so let's have a look. Okay, so let's see what this actually now ends up looking like. There we go, ready to fly, and ooh, okay. I guess that's okay if this developer did not change or mess around with the 3D buildings themselves, or did they? Doesn't look like they did. I think the building actually is still generated by AI, so it is still an AI generated building. But what this developer appears to have done is cleaned up the apron significantly. They have added these helipads, they have added clear taxi markings, taxi lines. other painted signs, parking spots. Yep. And most importantly, they have added lights. So that alone takes makes it really good. Um, so there are some runway signs here. I think they might have actually redone the runway. It looks like they have redone the runway, but they have left the buildings to be AI generated. That's okay. I do not fault them for that. I have been known to do that as well. Not all developers are either good with Blender or have access to 3D modelers, particularly the freeware ones. I know I'm no good with Blender, so my airports are typically just the apron, the taxiways, and all those improvements, but not really the 3D buildings. I don't typically touch them. Now, looking at this, it is now usable. There are nice lights all over the place. There are these markings on the ground. There are taxiway lightings. Apron is very nicely lit. One can now make their way from the apron back to the runway and from the runway to the apron and park even in the middle of the night in the dead of winter. This can be done. So I think I will give this a 2.5. I am deducting half a point because there are no buildings. If there were buildings, that would have been much better. So anyway, I think 2.5 is the final rating, and with that we come to a close of this episode. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps us out significantly, and we'll catch you on the next one.